This is critical information that will save your life, that will save your family's life, that will keep you from getting Alzheimer's, from having a heart attack, from having a stroke, from getting cancer. These diseases are not normal, and we think that they're normal because we've just slowly gotten used to disease and symptoms. And then Good morning. It's day 4. Hello, my fellow fasters. It's day 4. Shut the front door. Can you believe it? Can you believe that we've made it to day 4? Now, maybe some of you aren't fasting with me. Maybe you're not 4 days into a water fast, and that's okay. This training, this entire series of fasting variation trainings is for anybody and everybody, whether you're a beginner, whether you're a client of mine, or somewhere in between. There is nothing more powerful than fasting to get your health back, to reverse chronic degenerative illnesses that we just take as commonplace now. They're not common, they're not normal. Nothing's more powerful than fasting. And my intention, this entire series of trainings, and please go back and watch. I started with a training on overall fasting last Wednesday. All of these trainings and all of these videos will be available in both my YouTube channel, Dr. CJ Benkert, and my podcast. You can reach both of those channels, the podcast and the YouTube channel, directly via my website, which is www.drdcpuravida.com. That's where you can have access to all of my free trainings. So we started Wednesday, overall introduction to fasting. And then Thursday, we talked about a little bit more about introduction to fasting. And then Friday, I covered intermittent fasting, which is the first step for anybody that's on this journey. Is most Americans are eating from the minute they wake up till the minute they go to sleep. So we're talking like the average American, based on recent clinical studies, is eating, aging, expending energy for 15 hours a day. That means you're only giving yourself about 9 hours of time while you're sleeping, half an hour before you go to bed, half an hour before you put that first bite in your mouth. You're only giving your body 9 hours to heal, to clean out waste products, to regenerate, to clean up and eat up dead, worn out parts in your cell, to optimize cellular function, to optimize hormone sensitivity. So we have 50 to 100 trillion cells in our body, and every single cell in our body has over 20,000 hormone receptors. There's leptin receptors that tell your body to burn fat for fuel. There's insulin receptors. There's thyroid receptors. There's dopamine receptors. It's so cool. This is just like the little antennas that just listen to all the messages in your body. These hormones circulate through your body and give you energy and make you tired when it's time to go to sleep. And when you pet your animal, it releases oxytocin so that you can feel good. So life is about chemical messages and energy and hormones and healthy cells. And I guarantee you, if you're not fasting, if you're not learning all of these fasts that I'm covering over these, looks like it's going to be about, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that's 3 trainings, Sunday 4, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So we're going to have 10 trainings within this topic of fasting variations. So I am on, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This is the 7th training. So please, this is critical information that will save your life, that will save your family's life, that will keep you from getting Alzheimer's, from having a heart attack, from having a stroke, from getting cancer. These diseases are not normal, and we think that they're normal because we've just slowly gotten used to disease and symptoms. And then our present way of looking at disease and symptoms is not taking responsibility. Something happens. Oh, I got to go to the doctor. Oh, go to the doctor. Oh, here's a pill. So part of it is what we've been trained. It's been ingrained in our subconscious. You know, this recent, very recent, only about 100 years total of this way of looking at treating symptoms with drugs and surgery. This is a brand new way of looking at health. For thousands and thousands of years, millions of years, we've been living off the land and walking barefooted and fasting. And our body's been really good at burning fat and storing fat. So today is day 4. I'm on this journey with you. So raise your hand, comment, please let me know if you're on day 4 with me, or maybe you're just here to learn about how to start incorporating some of these fasting principles into your life. And that's okay too, because even if you're not up for a 4-day water fast, 5, 6, 7 days, I've gone as far as 12-day water fast, totally safe. Watch all my other videos. I give you all the science. I give you all of the information so that you can make an informed, educated decision whether or not fasting is safe. It's safe. All of the scientific literature shows that it's safe. It's one of the oldest healing strategies known to man. Hippocrates talked about fasting. Plato talked about fasting. Pythagoras talked about fasting. It's safe, it's powerful, and it's free. So today we're going over the 4-day fast, and I also want to just kind of talk about some of the other fasts that we've covered and how you can start to incorporate that. So as we wind down, so yesterday we were at hump day. That's the hardest, is to make it to the 3 days. Once you get into the 4th day, you're golden. It's all downhill because now human growth hormone is kicked into full gear. Autophagy is kicked into full gear. You're now making stem cells. Insulin is low. It's at an all-time low. You've burned through all of your glucose storages, your glycogen storages in your liver and in your muscles, and you are in ketosis. Pretty much guaranteed, if you're on day 4 of this journey with us, you are in ketosis. And that's why it's so easy, because your brain and your body is now using ketones for fuel instead of sugar. So the way that I like to explain this, it's like having a hybrid vehicle. So we have all these hybrid vehicles now that can use either gas or electricity. What's a cleaning, burning fuel? Gas or electricity? What is a more sustainable healing to the planet, protecting the planet, less of an imprint on the planet, more of a responsible, healthy way of operating your vehicle? Is it gas or electricity? Electricity. We all know this. We all know that when you're burning gas, you're giving off fumes and combustion and waste products, and you're creating pollution. But when you use electricity for fuel, is there any waste product? No. Is it clean burning? Yes. Is it sustainable and good for the planet? Yes. That's what sugar burning and fat burning is to the body. Sugar burners have inflammation. When you burn sugar for fuel, it's like building a big bonfire made out of wood, like building a fire, and you have all this smoke and all this ash and all these waste products. So when you have a big fire in your fireplace at home, you have to clean out all that ash, right? You got to make sure that the flute is open when you light those logs and have that beautiful fire. Because if the flute's not open, what's going to happen? Your house is going to fill with smoke, and you're going to not be able to breathe, and you're going to die. That's what happens in your cells when you're burning sugar for fuel. It gives off smoke and waste products and all of this junk and oxidation, and it creates a rise in insulin, which is the top fat storage hormone in the body. The rise in insulin creates inflammation, aging, age spots. So I have a little spot right here, and if you look at pictures, you guys see that? If you look at pictures of me 7-8 years ago, before I started this fasting, ketosis, clean living journey, this was a big, dark, black spot. Every time I do a water fast, this spot gets lighter and lighter and lighter. This is the lightest it's ever been. I'm on day 4. I'm feeling amazing. So fat is clean burning. All of the things that I just said about burning sugar for fuel, releasing insulin in order to get those sugars into the cell, all of those things, fat is the opposite. So when you're burning fat for fuel and you're using ketones, first of all, you're getting way more energy for the ketones than you are from the glucose. So a pound of fat burned in your body gives you like over 3,500 calories of fuel. Whereas a pound of sugar, well, I think it has to do with a gram. So like 1 gram of carbohydrate gives you about 4 calories, and 1 gram of fat produces 9 grams of calories. So more than double the fuel and the energy and the calories when you burn fat for fuel instead of sugar, carbs, or protein. So fat is anti-inflammatory. When you're burning fat for fuel and you're using ketones, your blood sugar is stable and balanced all day long. You're not getting these spikes of high blood sugar, low, high, low. No, your blood sugar is completely stable and balanced. Your ketones turn on your brain, and your brain starts healing, and you start producing new brain cells. Your gut, as we talked about, just 24 hours into a water fast, your gut is healing and it's resetting itself. And all of those microbes, all of the bad bacteria and viruses and fungus and yeast that are overgrown in your gut, which creates dysbiosis, leaky gut syndrome, and then autoimmune lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, psoriatic arthritis, Sjögren's syndrome, myasthenia gravis. All of these autoimmune stem from the health of your gut, and your gut starts getting leaky because of all these microbes, and it got leaky in the first place because of eating sugar and grain and packaged and processed food, all the terrible, awful ingredients that those unhealthy bad guys love. And then let's talk about pesticides and glyphosates. Those are wreaking havoc on the lining of your intestines and creating major dysbiosis. It's proven, and our children are super sensitive to the glyphosates, and that's why we're having kids now with cancer. That's why kids are getting type 2 diabetes. That's why we can't even call it adult onset diabetes anymore, because our children have fatty livers. Our children are having chronic illnesses. Our children are allergic to foods that they were never allergic to before. And it's because they're being born into a really toxic world. So that's the bad news. The good news is that even though we're living in this really toxic modern age world with Western medicine telling us that we need to take a pill to lower our cholesterol, the good news is that we can go back to the natural, pure life, Pura Vida way of living. And you go back to the pure life, Pura Vida way of living by following my 12 core concepts. Pure food, pure water, sugar burning versus fat burning, diet variation, fasting, muscle building, exercise, earthing and grounding and connecting with nature, spirit, pure spirit, meditation, prayer, pure heart, relationship, opening up your heart, mind, learning, and then teaching what you learn. And then we have prevention and proactivity, proper testing to see what's happening in your body. And then the 12th core concept is detoxification. Now, when you're water fasting, so if you're on this journey with me or you're just here learning, that's okay. I know that I'm planting seeds. I know that all of the energy I give you is not lost. I know that it's going to the right people at the right time. And when you're hearing my words and it makes sense to you, I want you to know that I love you. I believe in you. The same healing power that made the entire universe, this planet, that beautiful rose that opens up, that same healing power lives in your body, just like it lives in my body. You know truth when you hear it, just like I do. So if my words are resonating with you, listen. You're loved, you're supported, you're cared for, you matter. You matter. And I want you to put your health and your life and your well-being first. Stop putting other people's well-being before you. It's not selfish. You can only show up for your friends and your family and your kids and your grandkids and your husband and your partner when you are 100%. You care about the people in your life, then put your health first. Nothing's more important than our health. So detoxification will get out, proper detoxification will remove metals, chemicals, inorganic material, pesticides. Water fasting is going to clean out your cells and your body at an organic level, and it might get rid of some of those toxins, but not all. So that's an advanced strategy that I use with my clients. So when my clients come into my 12-month coaching program, we start with cleaning up the diet, getting them into fat burning, getting all those inflammatory, toxic packaged foods out of the diet, teaching them how to eat healthy proteins and vegetables and fruit and healthy oils. And we go through all these different stages to take you from, because my average client coming in to see me is 70, 80, 90 plus years old metabolically. My average client, which is terrible. But I'm not surprised, because we now know, based on a study last year, they're predicting it's about 88% of Americans are insulin resistant. In other words, the whole sugar burning, fat burning, 88% of Americans are not healthy enough and are so out of whack and are so imbalanced and have such unhealthy cells that they can only burn sugar for fuel. They're not capable or healthy enough to burn fat for fuel. And that means that the insulin has to keep going higher and higher and higher in order to get the glucose into these really dehydrated, damaged cells with hormone receptors that are blunted, desensitized. And so we start releasing more and more insulin because the cells are just like, enough already. And when you release too much of one hormone for too long, it creates insulin resistance. So you've heard the term weight loss resistance. Same thing. It's a hormone receptor problem. So 28 years of practice, I have prayed and I have gotten onto my knees and asked to be shown the truth. What really works? You know, there's so many diets out there. There's so many, you know, um, uh, ways of thinking and different strategies. And I believe wholeheartedly, because I have a pure heart. I have a servant's heart. I want to serve. I want to help people above all else. I want to make a difference on this planet, and I want to help people. And I believe wholeheartedly that God has always led me in the right direction to find the things that work. And as I continue on this journey, I'm more and more sure of that as more and more scientific studies come out showing how powerful fasting is, showing how powerful ketones are, showing how cancer is directly related to toxins and diet. Do you know that if your metabolic age is 60, 70, 80 years old, which is the average American, that you are way more likely to get cancer? People with diabetes, people who are obese, overweight, metabolic syndrome, insulin resistance, you are much more likely, huge, higher potential of getting cancer, of dying of a heart attack, of having a stroke, of ending up when you're 60, 70, 80 years old with Alzheimer's, not knowing who you are, ending up in a nursing home with someone else having to change your diaper and take care of you and being a burden on your family. You have control. You can take your life back. And I want to help you do that. And that's why I'm here. That's what I'm teaching. That's what these 12 core concepts are about. All right, so day 4. So water fasting will detoxify your body. It will clean out your body. But if you have high levels of lead and mercury and they've gotten into your brain, water fasting is not going to do it, guys. So this is a great first step. Joining my program is a great first step. But in order to really get your health back completely, you're going to have to take a look at some point. And I usually don't introduce this to my clients till they've been with me for at least a year. True detoxification, true cellular detox, which is the program that I learned from Dr. Daniel Pompa. And he's the one that wrote this book, Beyond Fasting. So I highly recommend this book, Beyond Fasting. All of the fasting variations that I'm teaching are pretty much in this book. There's a lot of science in this book. He actually has some really good recipes in this book as well. Keto, fasting-friendly recipes, how to break the fast. Great book. The other book that I would recommend for just learning about this wellness lifestyle is Dr. Joseph Mercola, Fat for Fuel. This is basically my wellness program. So when I take people through my 12-month, and we cover one core concept per month coaching program, and by the end of the 12 months, most of my clients are capable of and can be in their 20s or 30s metabolically, depending on where they started. And if not in 12 months, definitely 24 months. Just think how long you've been subjected to toxins and processed food and hydrogenated oils and canola oil and vegetable seed oils and sugar and grain and all this crap that we've put in our body for 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years. And you think it's a big deal that it might take you 2 years to get your health back? That's friggin' incredible. How can we abuse our bodies and put all this crap in our bodies and be on this planet with all this pollution and bathe in water with chlorine and fluoride and expect to have a pill fix us? It doesn't work like that. But you can absolutely get your health back. And it still is so exciting for me when a client comes in, they're diabetic, they're on high blood pressure medication, cholesterol medication, on thyroid medication for years. And within 1 week of working with us, they're completely off of diabetic medications. They feel like a different person. 2 weeks, they look like a different person. Their joint pain is gone. It just astonishes me even to this day that we can abuse our bodies for so many years. But the beautiful thing about this organism, this body of ours that contains innate intelligence, that contains the inner physician, is that it doesn't take anywhere near the amount of time to reverse the illness and the toxic overload and all of the stress and trauma that we've been through. It doesn't take anywhere near the time to reverse it that it took to get where you are. That's a blessing. And that's why I have hope. And that's why I know if you're alive and you're breathing, I believe wholeheartedly that you can restore your health and have optimal health and function and experience joy and have a quality of life that's worth being here. We're all here for a limited time. Why be here if you're not sleeping well? You have erectile dysfunction, you have hot flashes, you don't have the energy, you're weak, you're miserable, you're depressed, you suffer from anxiety, you have irritable bowel syndrome, you have lupus, you have thyroid disease, you're on 5 medications. That's not a life. That's not a life I want to live. And I'm here to wake you up and tell you that there's another option. There's another path. So the path that most Americans are on is a downward path. Let me show you this. This is the average line. So most people, the typical lifeline is that orange line. So most of us are born, hopefully, at about 100% wellness, right? Way up here, 100% wellness. And then on the bottom, we have age. On the bottom, we have age. So we're born here. I'm sorry, up here. 100% wellness. 100% wellness is optimal body composition, balanced metabolism, peace of mind, optimal health and vitality. But what happens? And this is actually a pretty old chart, and I think now it's even, you start this decline even sooner. So what happens is around 30, 40 years old, and I'm seeing closer to 20 years old, people's health starts to decline. And you just, boom, you're on this downward spiral, right? And the downward spiral of declining health is lowered vitality and strength. It's vague signs and symptoms, body composition changes. Guess what we do when you come into our clinic or you work with us remotely? The first thing we do, the first test we run, either in your home or in our clinic, is a body composition analysis. Increasing metabolic imbalance. This is all declining health, which starts happening at 25, 30, 40 years old. Mental, emotional unrest. That's declining health. And that typically happens here, right around 30, 40 years old. And then it just keeps going down from there. Poor health, low vitality, and continued loss of strength. Pronounced signs and symptoms, marked shifts in body composition. That's why we use the body composition analysis. Bioimpedance, small electrical currents that travel through your body that tell us how old you are inside, that tell us the health of your cells. Increasing metabolic dysfunction, associated mental emotional distress. How many people that are listening, or how many people do you know that are on antidepressants, anti-anxiety? It's not normal, you guys. Our brain is our most sensitive organ to imbalances. Our brain is our most sensitive organ to insulin resistance, inflammation, nutritional deficiencies. Our gut produces dopamine and serotonin and norepinephrine. So if you have a leaky gut, if you have dysbiosis, it's going to have a direct effect. Studies prove that the health of your gut is directly related to the health of your brain. Your emotional well-being is directly related to the health of your gut. So can you at least do a 24-hour fast for me once a week so that we can keep your gut healthy? Can you start including fermented foods into your diet so we can get those good probiotics in your food? And then it continues to go down from there. So 50, 60 years old, we have that red line, and the red line is progressive disability, accelerated loss of vitality and strength, increasing pathology, Alzheimer's, diabetes, heart disease, congestive heart failure, lupus, irritable bowel syndrome. That is what we would consider increasing pathology. Catabolic shift in BCA means you're breaking down muscle. You're not building up and being healthy and growing anymore. Your body is wasting away. And then we have metabolic disease. 88% of Americans are in this progressive disability zone. That is atrocious. That is ridiculous. That is unnecessary. And then the last part of progressive disability, cognitive dysfunction. No wonder this virus took hold. The number one comorbidity to the virus infecting you and creating trouble and death is metabolic syndrome, insulin resistance, obesity. And if 88% of Americans, and it's even higher in some countries, maybe a little lower in other countries, if we're insulin resistant, no wonder this thing took off like wildfire. The history of man, we've had viruses. We've survived all of them. Only now, because this day, today, we are more unhealthy. Our planet is sicker. Our cells are sicker than ever before. And you know what it comes down to? It comes down to an individual responsibility. You want to get past this pandemic? You want to protect your family and your loved ones? Take care of your own health. When you're in a state of autophagy, the virus, it's proven based on studies, the virus cannot replicate. The virus does not have its own fuel source. So it loves sugar. It can't live off of ketones or fat. So when you're a fat burner and you're healthy inside metabolically and you have metabolic flexibility, viruses can't take hold. I personally have been subjected to the virus up close and personal 2 times minimum that I know of. Family members up close and personal. I have never had any symptoms. I've never contracted the virus, but I take really good care of my body. So that's what I'm here teaching you, empowering you. I want you to take a look in the mirror. You want to make a change? Was it Gandhi? Be the change that you want to see in the world. What change do we all want in this world? We want the world to be healthy. We want our rivers to be clean. We want our oceans to be healthy. We want plants and animals and species not to go extinct. We want to leave a planet for our grandchildren. We want to leave a legacy. And I am begging you to listen to my words and to realize that your health, how you live your life, the choices that you make on a daily basis affect me and affect everyone around us. If you just take care of your body and learn these fasting strategies and become metabolically young, metabolically flexible, you have made the change that you want to see in the world. So that's my mission. My mission is to get this information out to as many people as possible, because we can absolutely end this pandemic. We can end all chronic degenerative illnesses by just taking care of one thing and one thing only, your body and your health. So let's talk about day 4. Well, before I do that, let's just finish this. So what we want to have happen, and this is what I work with when people come through my 12-month coaching program, is instead of the orange red line, we're born healthy, optimal vitality and function, we want to do this blue line instead. The ideal lifeline is where we stay really healthy most of our life, all the way up into, maybe we go to sleep one night and we're 99 years old and we can tie our own shoes and we can fix our own meals and we know who we are, and we go to bed one night and we just don't wake up the next morning. We die of a healthy, natural old age. That can happen. So I promise you that even though the planet seems like it's in such a bad place right now, people are waking up. We are awakening. We are in a time of awakening. People are becoming conscious. People are waking up and realizing that a pill isn't going to fix me. A surgery isn't going to fix me. That gallbladder was there for a reason. Why did I have to have it taken out? People are waking up. It's more and more people. It doesn't take a lot to make a major shift on the planet. Dr. Wayne Dyer talked about the power of pi, which is, I think, 3.14%. It only takes 3% of us to wake up and make a change for the entire population's energy and belief system to shift. So you don't need to worry about all of that. There's only one person that you can control and change and improve, and that's you. And I'm here for you. and I'm here to live it, to lead it. I'm showing you by example how to live your life, how to make a change on this planet, and I'm here to support you and love you no matter what. So day 4 should be a breakthrough for most of you. You're still in autophagy. We have new stem cells growing. Right now, day 4, stem cells and autophagy is at its high. We also have growth hormone peaking at its high. It's going to be at its high by tomorrow, day 5. If you are using a ketone meter, and you don't have to, I haven't checked mine yet. Anytime I do check mine, at least by day 3, 4, or 5, my ketones are usually like maybe 3 or 4. So if you are checking your ketones and your glucose, your ketones, fat burning is 0.5, anywhere up to 8 millimoles per liter. And then glucose will continually go down. It can go as low as 50. Studies show that glucose as low as 30, as long as ketones are high, people were completely normal and safe. If you're not in fat burning and you're not producing ketones and you're not burning your own fat for fuel, you're dead with a glucose of 30. So I want you to just go by how you're feeling. And today, day 4, if you've been on this journey with me for 4 days, I know I have one person, Jasmine, she's never done a water fast before. She's following us and doing this with us. At this point, I want to make sure that everybody has read the fasting guide in detail. This is your guide. This is your Bible for the week. The other thing you want to be looking over is the fasting variation guide. But this is the main guide. So I want you to be really in tuned and sensitive to your own body. So listen to your body. Don't get it into your head. I'm going to go 5 days, or I'm going to go 7 days. And maybe you woke up this morning and you're dizzy and you can't even function. That's your body's sign that you need to break the fast. So listen to your body. Break the fast when you know it's time. If you're feeling good and you have good energy, keep going. I want to encourage you to continue to go. Like, I'm not sure how long I'm going to go. My intention is to go at least 5 days, because I'm here to live it, to lead it. I want to show you that I'm here with you. I'm on this journey with you. We're doing this together. But I might go 10 days. I might go 15 days. I don't know right now today. I'm going to take it 1 hour at a time, 1 day at a time. Today I feel amazing. My energy is good. So I just want you to be really cognizant of the fact that you really need to listen to your own body. Text me or message me or comment below if you need any guidance or help. I'm here to support you through this process. So getting back to what you can expect on day 4, expected ranges for glucose at this point are going to be somewhere between 40 and 60, and that's fine. And then we're probably going to be as high as maybe 6 or 7 in ketones, which is amazing. You may be feeling an overall sense of well-being today, as your brain is now completely switched into using ketones for fuel instead of sugar. You're going to be experiencing increased levels of energy and better brain function. Today is the day that we just slide downhill from here. It's so cool. You should have decreased cravings, decreased hunger, decreased irritability. You might have a few hunger pains now and again. That's okay. Just drink some mineral water. If you feel a little hungry or a little tired, drink some mineral water. Make sure that you're using the pink salt. Make sure that you're using the pH minerals. Make sure that you're using the hydrogen molecular tablet. It's in my kitchen. I just had that as soon as I woke up. And then make sure at night you're taking the bind 2 to 3 before you go to sleep, so that you're not recirculating your bile, and all of the junk that you're getting rid of is actually going out of the bowel, not coming back up through the portal vein. And if you don't have these particular electrolytes, make sure that you're bringing into your body either like a Himalayan salt. Now, this is not Himalayan. This is Mediterranean and Hawaiian salt. I carry it in my clinic. We have the mineral bundle available. You can still sign up for this fast and get the mineral bundle. You're going to save $29 on those 4 products, and then we're going to ship it out to you for free. If you don't have those products, make sure that you have some type of electrolyte, like a Nuun, N-U-U-N, sport electrolyte. You can pick it up at Sprouts, Whole Foods, Amazon. Another electrolyte drink that I recommend is called LMNT electrolytes. It's a little higher in sodium and potassium, so I really only recommend that like on a deep water fast, not on a day-to-day basis. So I think I have Nuun in this right now. And I'm going to put a little bit of the pH minerals in there too. So listen to your body. Cravings are better by now because your bad gut bacteria has been starved off. And many of your cravings come from the dysbiosis, the overgrowth of the bad bacteria, the yeast that thrive off of bad carbs, fats, and sugars. It's not your fault that you haven't had the willpower to say no to those cookies, chips, or ice cream. You've been controlled and overtaken by microbes. Remember to continue to journal, pray, meditate. Thought I brought my journal in here. Every day I wake up and I write down my weight, how I'm feeling. I'm actually still having bowel movements. I know that's gross to talk about, but there's still stuff coming out of my intestines. I'm not sure how, because about a month ago I had severe food poisoning and I thought I'd emptied my gut out completely, but I'm still getting rid of waste material in my intestines. So I'm documenting all of that, how I'm feeling, any joint pain, my mental energy, emotional well-being, what minerals did I take in, what nutrients did I take in. I'm journaling and tracking all of that. And I have a fasting journal that I've used for the last 4 years to track all of these every time I go on a water fast. Remind yourself why you're doing this. Stay calm, relaxed, focused on positive intent during these last couple of days. Remember to be kind and gentle to yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally. Today's not the day to go out and do a kickboxing class. Today's not the day to go out and do a mountain bike ride for 2 hours. Any energy that your body has, and you've got all kinds of extra energy right now because you're not eating. Every 100 calories of food that you put into your body, do you know that it takes 60 to 70 calories of energy to digest that 100 calories? So you're only netting about 30 or 40 calories for every 100 calories you're eating. So right now you're not eating at all, and your body's still producing all this energy because we all have fat to be burned. And every pound of fat that you burn through, you're getting an extra 3,500 calories a day to heal your body, clean out your body, detoxify your body, recycle your unused or unhealthy, worn out parts. And then when stem cells kick in and growth hormone kicks in, now we're going to start to replenish and renew and regenerate your body. Your body's going to be like whistle clean inside. This is a time for spring cleaning. So remember, be kind to yourself. Any exercise you do is just going to take away from the cleansing process, the detoxification process. Do what you can, but just listen to your body. Because it's proven that HIIT, high intensity interval training, actually increases autophagy. So if you feel like going out for a little bike ride, go out for a little bike ride. Do a little bit of yoga. Make sure that you're getting barefooted at least once a day and standing on the earth. It's a powerful anti-inflammatory, and it's a powerful detoxifier, and it's a powerful natural antioxidant to stand barefooted on sand, dirt, or grass. I do it every single day. Be kind to yourself mentally, physically, emotionally. Stress releases cortisol, and cortisol increases glucose, accompanied with an insulin spike, which increases inflammation, increases oxidation, and aging. Stress is a killer. Comment below whether you're listening to this or watching me on YouTube. Maybe you're seeing me on my Facebook channel. Maybe you're in the community group, Pura Vida Wellness with Dr. CJ. Or maybe you're watching this on my business page, Pura Vida Wellness. Or maybe you're a client of mine and you're watching this in our private Who to Be the Wellness Tribe page, wherever you are watching this, and whether it's after the fact, maybe you're not watching this live, maybe you're listening to this training 6 months later. I want to know how you're doing. I want to know, what are you frustrated with your health? What are you worried about? Do you feel good about your future health? Maybe you feel good about you, but you're worried about your wife or your kids. Nothing is more powerful to help them and make a change with your family and the people that you love and care about than focusing on your own health and on your own life. All right, everybody. Day 4, I will come back live tomorrow, 10 a.m. to talk to you about day 5. And tomorrow we will go over and cover in more detail all the different fasts that we've covered so far. And I'm going to start teaching you how to incorporate the 24, the 36, the 48, the 72-hour fast, and the long-term fast into your life. How often should you do a 24-hour fast? How often should you do a long-term fast, and everywhere in between? Tomorrow, which is Friday, and on Saturday, I'll cover how to incorporate all of these fasts into your lifestyle. And I'll also be covering how to properly break the fast. If you've been on this water fast journey with us day by day by day, and I know I have many of you that are on this journey with me, you're sending me private messages, you're sending me comments, it's clients of mine, you're private messaging me on Facebook. So I will cover all of those things, so stay tuned. Have an amazing day, and I can't wait to come back live again tomorrow to continue teaching you and helping you and supporting you and guiding you through this fasting variation week. You're a miracle. You have the inner physician of the entire universe living in your body. You matter. You are loved. You are cared for. And I want you to know that you deserve this life of health and energy and joy and peace. And that's what happens in your life when you follow the 12 core concepts and you make your health a priority. All right, everybody. Peace out. Have an amazing rest of your day.